Welcome to another episode of Lunch and Code. Today we are going to look at Model Context Protocol by Anthropic, which is a way for models to have access to specific context that you can provide. So today we're going to learn a little bit more about that. I'm going to spend an hour or so maybe going through what model context, trying to go through like an end example of what model context providers look like. We'll write some code. Hopefully we'll produce something that we can actually use, and we'll sort of go from there. All right, let's dig in. Let me bring my computer here. So this is the website for Model Context Protocol. In here, it sounds like there's like a protocol between the host, the servers, and some source. Let's go ahead and just run through their Quickstart guide here to figure out what they do. All right. So I'm going to run through the Quickstart guide, then we'll move over and like try and figure out what we're going to build today. But I figured I may as well start with trying to actually use the tool. So let me move the docs over here. And let's get cooking. Okay, so there's this weather thing that it wants us to do. So let's copy that code. Let's see what it produced. This main.py. Weather. Okay, so it has those. Find a user agent. Create some helper functions. So this is, we'll make a request to a URL and produce this output in a dictionary, sorry, in a string. Whoa, this is long. Okay, so yeah. Change this to, can I just run the function? Let me find all that one. I'm just going to test if the function works first before we click on something else. All right, and then we're going to print f equals get forecast for the lat and long, and then we'll print f with the output python weather.py. I'll wait at something on this. Wait is only allowed in an async function. I just want to test it. Oh, here we go. We did part of this. So let's now comment this out. Now we can run guess a UV run weather. All right, then let's go get the desktop client. Oh, the question is now, how do I put the tools on? So it says you'll need to configure servers you want you to do this. Open up in the text editor. All right, open. There is nothing in that config file. Okay. Code, library, application support, Claude. Okay, I guess they didn't update their docs. You then add in. Yes, I need to take this. Find the absolute path. Is it in weather though? Yeah. Run weather. Okay, so it has a recommendation. To UV, oops. Directory, which we'll give it this. Run weather.py. Save the file. Don't. I don't even see it. Are you sure it's picking up? You can look for the icon, the tools icon. Do you have to start a chat? Makes no sense to me. So I'm gonna find some logs. Let's see, okay, there is no. What a terrible setup. What I'm looking for right now is why the MCP doesn't show up when I'm trying to select a tool. Oh, so I need to create a new one. Interesting. It's not the right one, and let's go back. We got that running. I guess it did say we would add one. So let's create one. All right. Save the file, relaunch Claude. Okay, well that works. No, failed. Server disconnect. Did I turn it off? Because it's running. It's kind of nice. All right, I did something wrong. Make sure you pass the absolute power to launch it. MCP, this tells there's an MCP running. Let's launch it by running. Save the file and restart Claude. Go to Claude. Okay, let's go look at the logs then now. Alright, so it's not found. I might have to install a UV globally. Let's see. Oh, then that now works, so let's see if I can. Oh, wait, now we see the tool, okay. This has to be one of the worst UIs I've ever seen. Okay, like, how do I attach it? won't let me select it. I don't get it. Okay, but I'm surprised you don't connect them manually. So this is just installed MCP servers, so it should just work. But why can you choose the integration? Okay, let's see. Sweet. So this then runs that. Cool. Well, that was pretty impressive. All right, so we built a just weather example. What's the example on the server side that you can do for client developers? Process query using the list of tools. So the client gets the list of available tools from the server. Your query is sent to Claude with tool descriptions. Okay, so it basically just takes like the list of tools. Claude decides which tool to use. The client executes any tool calls through the server, results sent back to Claude. Oh, cool. Okay, so this would be if you were trying to build sort of, can you use it with a different LLM? Like, can I use this with Olama? Let's see, Olama with MCP. Can I use Olama with MCP from Anthropic? Provide code samples where you can. Oh wow, this person provided a Go MCP host. That's cool. I still don't understand that. Okay, so a host is like the application, the protocol, and then these are the servers. Okay, that makes more sense. Thank you, Pedro Aquino, for your help. Okay, so let's do this. Let me... these are some of our goals. Build a useful example. All right, so for our useful example, I think what we're going to do is we will use the Claude Desktop. Use to write out some requirements. So the first thing we're going to do is build let's use some product data. So let's build a model context protocol for product insights via a database and ask questions about it. With finding product insights via a SQLite database so I can ask questions about product data. Okay, so leave this one on. It's not really stuff to do, we've done some of it, but just some awareness of where we're at. We built a Quickstart example. Okay. Help me write out a user story. Come on. Just wait. As a leader, I want to quickly ask questions. Some insights. Acceptance criteria. There's going to be an ICANN. And then finally that they provide actual help. Okay, nice job. GPT 4.5. So we have these things called MCP hosts that I'm going to put here. Are they clients or hosts? Like, what's the difference? So that's a good question. So I think it's like host clients server. Example with whether what is the host client and server. So we're going to have like a server connection here. We're going to call this product insights. Okay, so this is embedded. This is sort of optional, which we'll see what we can get done. Embedded in the desktop app in the don't we have this MCP server? Okay. Right, let's draw these lines to make it a little bit clearer what we're trying to do. All right, we have a describe the tables in SQLite database. Turn off search. We don't need GPT-4. So in here I have a database called, so let's call this make directory product insights. We'll move database into the product insight folder. We need to access this database. So I'm just trying to get a list of all the tables so you can kind of see what they look like. All right. Not tables. We have users. Just users. Okay. So open up this test database. You'll see it's got basically like a series of tables. These are all, what's the best way to say this? Definitions of each of the tables from SQLite. So we have events. Let me describe these tables from segment from tool. Okay. So these are the tables that we have. So if I go back to Figma, show you what those look like. These are a traditional model of events that can be used. Okay. build an MCP server for the segment data so I can ask questions about the data. Alright, now let's create our MCP server. Who provides this? Execute select queries, import, write query, create table, describe table. So do you want something probably like this? Let's see what this looks like. Whoa, this is long. Something more like this so it can handle all the situations and not just in the events table. Can you help put together an MCP server? All right. Product insights made up. Well, what should we call this? Product insights. .py. It's raising a question, how to... All right, looks like it's running, so let's add another one. Let's see. Okay, so we created this database. Don't know if all these things are actually right. It's pretty good. Let's go to, let's add another one in here. We're gonna call it Product Insights. I'm surprised you don't give it more information. Slightly strange. MCP. Product Insights, run Product Insights. All right. Let's see what it does. So that worked. Okay, so I'm gonna test that it works. Give me a question to ask. Oh, here we go. This will be sick if it works. No way. Wow. That is awesome. Okay. In the database. It's pretty good. Who are the most active users? I mean, it's just ridiculous. That's so cool. These are all made up, by the way, but that is pretty awesome. Let's see, what are some common questions to ask about user data? What is the monthly active users? I mean, this is so good. Just give it a name and it works. Does a bunch of work. All right. We'll just let it do this one and then we'll jump. I mean, it was almost one shot to create this tool, which is just nuts. And what it does is it like provides some information about the table and then just like goes. Not sure what happened in my last query. Did I ask it? going to see if it produces a result. It came back with a question, so I think it struggled with this one, but definitely works well with the others. All right, let's, where is that Figma? FigJam. All right, so we have this pretty useful example actually with MCP already, but we've sort of solved this use case. So if I change these to green, we did this, this, this. We're all done. Now let's see if we can set up an MCP host and go through that process. Do this using Ollama via an MCP host to access this. MCP server. So we're just seeing how we can do this. Might be able to do this manually. Don't think that works. Source clients. This is cool. Our MCP. That's just ChatGPT. Let's fire Ollama using Mistral. So Ollama is an MCP host. Do it on time. What is MCP host? Wow, this is awesome. Whoever did this. To interact with it using the model context protocol. Hosts, LLMs, clients, maintain the connections. Go installed. Wonderful. Okay, so install Go on this machine. All right, I need to open this. Take my MCP servers. So I can just copy this directly over. And then what? It's just really just run it. Okay, well, I definitely installed it. The question is how do I run the MCP host? Is this... Probably just a path thing. Yeah. What is our DAU? Going to be slow, I think, but because it's now running the model locally instead. Did it do it? How do I execute commands? Let's see. Okay. So it says to get the data, you'll need to run SQL query first, identify blah. How do I make it do that? It's super windy outside. Because it definitely has access. What are the tables in the database? It sort of lists them out but doesn't do them. Interesting. So it lists them up. I don't know how to call them, which is slightly strange. Because it has the tool. I don't know. No, let's check. This is cool too. I would really like this to work out because it just seems like it should. MCP host. Maybe something funky going on here. CP host. Oh, that's cool. You can use OpenAI with it. See, it produces an output, but it doesn't run it. Let's try a different model. See if that works. It just looks like it knows that they're there, but it doesn't really call them. So we want to use Quen. What is the DAU for the last 12 months? Okay. So it doesn't have the level of sophistication, so it's a model issue. Let's see if, do I have Our Llama here? Our Llama, what is the name? DeepSeek. Can I even run this on my machine? Oh, I'm a Paul. Let's try this one first. It might be better with a coding model, to be honest. How big was that other one? 2.5? Wait, this is going to be better, but we'll see. Okay, let's run MCP host with the model. Okay, so now the model has to support tools. That's very interesting. What is the weather in Singapore? Okay, so this one's going to work. Interesting. Seems like there's no weather. Let's try using write the weather forecast for London. So get me the weather forecast. Do so much work. Which US state corresponds to London? Oh my god. London. In decimal. With the weather forecast. That didn't work. It's how to use the tool though. I don't really know. Let's see. Okay, what tables are in the database? Okay, that worked. Who are the first 5 users? Awesome, it worked. Finally. All right. So we lost some light behind us. I'm going to call it there. So maybe just to recap some of the stuff that we've done today. Mark these as green just because it feels good. We spent some time essentially trying to build a tool using MCP where we looked up some product insights. We were able to ask some questions. We did that in Claude directly using Anthropic's model. Then we did it locally using Olama. And which model did we end up using in the end? I forget. We did that using Quen. 2.5 was the model that we used. This was really interesting. Definitely enjoyed learning more a little bit about MCP. Definitely could see how it's useful. Feels a little bit similar just to like providing an API endpoint. There's sort of, it feels like there's like 2 pieces to it. One is like the hosts and setting up the hosts. The second is like selecting the right tool when a query comes in, which feels like the bulk of the value here is just in tool selection. And then, you could obviously layer this in with some product, like in this example, we layered in some product data, but you could obviously do this for other things too. All right. If anyone gets to this point, if you have ideas of other things, please shoot me a note. If you've spent some time watching this, I really appreciate it. This was a fun one to spend some time